Most people think cinnamon is just a sweet-smelling powder sprinkled on desserts. But what if one of the oldest spices in human history quietly holds secrets that could change how you think about everyday health? For thousands of years, traders crossed deserts and oceans risking their lives to carry small bundles of cinnamon bark because it was once worth more than gold. Kings demanded it, healers guarded it, and ordinary people believed it held almost magical powers, yet today it sits unnoticed in kitchen cabinets while expensive supplements promise benefits that this simple spice may already offer. And the surprising truth is modern science is beginning to rediscover what ancient cultures suspected all along, that cinnamon might be far more powerful than most people realize. And the first reason to incorporate more cinnamon into your life begins with something almost everyone struggles with: energy crashes and unstable blood sugar. Many people feel tired after meals or crave sweets late at night, and they assume it is just lack of discipline or aging, but your body constantly works to control sugar levels. And when this balance shifts, you may feel hungry even after eating or sleepy when you should be alert. Centuries ago, traditional healers noticed that people who regularly consumed cinnamon seemed to maintain steadier energy throughout the day, and modern research suggests that certain compounds in cinnamon may help the body respond better to insulin, which is the hormone responsible for moving sugar from the bloodstream into cells. When this process works smoothly, your body turns food into usable energy instead of storing excess sugar as fat. Imagine two people eating the same breakfast. One experiences a sudden spike followed by a crash, while the other stays steady and focused. Part of that difference may come from small habits like adding cinnamon to meals, because cinnamon appears to slow how quickly carbohydrates break down, which can help prevent sudden swings in energy. This does not mean cinnamon is a miracle cure or a replacement for healthy eating, but even small improvements in blood sugar balance can influence mood, concentration, and long-term health. And some people report fewer cravings when cinnamon becomes part of their routine, because the warm flavor satisfies the brain in a subtle way. Sweetness without sugar can sometimes reduce the desire for processed snacks, and psychologists often explain that taste and smell strongly affect behavior. The comforting scent of cinnamon has been linked with feelings of safety and familiarity, which may help explain why it appears in so many traditional foods across cultures, from warm drinks in winter to festive baked goods during celebrations. And this connection between flavor, memory, and emotional comfort may be one hidden reason cinnamon remains popular even in modern times. The second reason to incorporate more cinnamon involves the invisible battle happening inside your body every second. Exposure to pollution, stress, poor sleep, and processed foods creates tiny forms of damage known as oxidative stress, which slowly affects cells over time. People cannot see or feel this damage day by day, but scientists believe it plays a role in aging and many chronic conditions long before laboratories existed. Ancient herbal traditions described certain foods as protective or strengthening, and cinnamon was often included because it was believed to help preserve vitality. Today, we know that cinnamon contains natural antioxidants, which are compounds that help neutralize unstable molecules before they harm cells. And what makes this interesting is that antioxidant-rich foods do not need to be exotic or expensive. Sometimes they are hiding in plain sight. A pinch of cinnamon in oatmeal or tea might contribute small protective effects that add up over years. And while no single food can prevent aging, the overall pattern of what you eat shapes how your body responds to stress. And there's also evidence that cinnamon has mild anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation is the body's natural defense system, but when it remains constantly active, it can contribute to discomfort and disease. The idea that a common spice might influence inflammation sounds surprising, yet many plant-based foods contain complex chemicals evolved to protect the plant itself, and when humans consume these compounds, they sometimes benefit as well. Early civilizations may not have understood molecules or cells, but they observed results, and cinnamon was often used during times of illness or recovery because people believed it supported resilience. Even sailors carried cinnamon during long voyages, partly because it helped preserve foods and partly because they believed it protected against sickness. Whether those beliefs were fully accurate or not, the persistence of cinnamon through history suggests that people repeatedly noticed something valuable about it. And the third reason to incorporate more cinnamon might be the most unexpected, because it involves the brain and the senses. Researchers studying smell discovered that certain aromas can influence attention and memory, and cinnamon appears to be one of them. In some experiments, participants exposed to the scent of cinnamon showed improved focus during mental tasks. Although the effect is modest, it highlights how deeply the senses connect with cognition. Think about how certain smells instantly transport you back to childhood kitchens, holiday gatherings, or quiet mornings. That emotional link can create a sense of calm, which supports clearer thinking and reduced stress. And stress itself affects nearly every system in the body, from sleep to digestion to immunity. So something as simple as a comforting daily ritual like stirring cinnamon into coffee or tea can create a moment of pause in a busy day. Rituals matter more than people realize. They signal the brain that it is safe to slow down, and even small moments of relaxation influence long-term well-being. Throughout history, cinnamon drinks were often shared socially, not only for flavor, but for connection. People gathered around warm cups, telling stories and building relationships, and social bonds remain one of the strongest predictors of happiness and health. So, a spice that encourages comforting traditions indirectly supports mental well-being in ways that are difficult to measure. And there are also fascinating myths surrounding cinnamon that reveal how humans have always searched for meaning in food. Ancient legends claimed cinnamon grew in mysterious lands guarded by giant birds, and merchants told elaborate stories to increase its value, while medieval doctors believed cinnamon could protect against disease during epidemics. Even though they lacked scientific proof, some of these beliefs were exaggerated, but they show how strongly people trusted natural remedies. And modern misconceptions exist as well. Some advertisements present cinnamon as a quick fix for weight loss or illness, which oversimplifies reality. No single ingredient replaces balanced nutrition, exercise, and medical care. Yet dismissing cinnamon entirely would ignore the growing evidence that small natural habits can support overall health. The real power of cinnamon lies not in dramatic overnight changes, but instead every day. Use a half teaspoon here, sprinkle there, incorporate it into foods you already enjoy. And one practical advantage is how easy cinnamon is to use compared with complicated diets. It blends into sweet or savory dishes, oatmeal, smoothies, yogurt, coffee, rice stews, and baked foods, making it accessible for nearly anyone. And affordability matters because health improvements should not depend only on expensive products. Cinnamon is one of the few ingredients that connects ancient wisdom, modern science, and everyday practicality. And there is also something psychologically empowering about using simple natural tools. When people take small steps toward healthier habits, they often gain confidence to make larger improvements. Cinnamon can become a starting point, a reminder that positive change does not always require dramatic effort. Sometimes it begins with awareness and curiosity. And as you begin to notice how certain foods affect your energy, mood, and comfort, you become more connected to your own body, which is a powerful form of knowledge in a world full of confusing advice and conflicting claims. Simple observations still matter. Pay attention to how you feel after adding cinnamon regularly. Whether mornings seem smoother, cravings less intense, or routines more enjoyable. And even if the changes are subtle, they reflect a deeper principle that health is shaped by consistent choices repeated over time rather than occasional extremes. And perhaps the greatest lesson from cinnamon is humility, a reminder that nature often holds quiet solutions hidden in ordinary places. While technology advances rapidly, some of the most valuable discoveries involve rediscovering what was never truly lost. A small piece of tree bark dried and ground into powder, traveling across centuries to reach modern kitchens, carrying stories, science, and possibilities. And if something so simple can offer even modest benefits, imagine what other overlooked habits might be waiting to be rediscovered. So next time you see cinnamon, do not think of it as just decoration. Think of it as a link between past and present flavor and function, comfort and curiosity. And if you enjoyed exploring these surprising ideas and want to learn more fascinating facts and hidden truths, make sure to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that reveal the extraordinary secrets hidden inside everyday life.